Hey, it's Alan Tudyk. I just wanted to reach out and welcome you, along with the Duke of Wesselton, who would like to say, welcome to Magic Our Way, I suppose, with Kevin and Danny, Eli, and now with Rachel. Not a big welcomer, but okay, welcome. And then also K2SO. And there's a fresh one if you mouth off again.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
We are artistic buffs and not artistic cream puffs. This is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, Rachel continues to talk about her latest jaunt over to Walt Disney World. And look, this isn't your typical polished practice pixie dust and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in the parks every day, letting you know which direction to step out when the car stops.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Disney, and listen to even more of Rachel and Josh's Disney World vacation.
You know, you do have to step out in a funny direction, though, when you're on Tron. Like, you have to pay attention.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, this
like
is true.
One side has to... Anyway, maybe we ought to spend more time telling people which direction to step out, Kevin. That's my only thought.
It would help, I think, yeah. even though announcements say it, you know, I mean, I think it'd be a good public service announcement.
Yeah.
To the left, to the left.
To the left. To the left.
And
When
that's
the car stops, to the left.
what? And that's the direction you listeners just need to take. You guys just listen up to what Rachel thinks of while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel, but I tried to step on Eli there, and I didn't mean to. Sorry.
Remember, watch where you step.
Yes, right? You have to step in the right directions,
Step in the
people.
right-
It's
Yeah.
all right. I dance in the rain.
Or you listen to the last Bad Behavior episode. You know you want to watch where you step. But we do have a special guest also in the show once again returning. Who are you, special guest?
I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh. You're back.
Gosh.
Love it. He's back again. And look, guys, look. The easiest way to support us is to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show. Also, be sure to like and subscribe as well as turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. So enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go wrap up our discussion about Rachel's trip. Rachel and Josh's trip. Yes.
It can be her trip. That's fine.
Yeah.
She booked it.
She booked
I'm
it.
pretty
I
sure.
did.
We got
literally all the work.
Josh,
I
you
showed
shut
up and enjoyed.
Here we are on the HUD, the main topic segment of our show. And as I mentioned at the very top, we are continuing and concluding the trip report of Rachel and Josh over in Walt Disney World. So Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you to take us on this next half of your journey.
Yeah, so this was the end part of our April school break trip. We have a weird late April school break here in New Hampshire. And so we get to enjoy some lower crowds. We already heard a little bit about the first part, but I'm looking forward to sharing the second part. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, and if you missed that first part, make sure you check out last week's show. You want to hear the first half and all the fun that happened with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, day 2, we slept in because it was late.
Well, yeah.
As you should
Yeah.
have.
We were
That was a lot.
initially we had a 1900 park fare reservation for the breakfast for 10 a.m., which I felt like would have been fine. We were definitely up before that, but I ended up canceling it. And I canceled it for a few reasons. But the biggest reason was that it was going to be almost $300 for my family.
Oh, hell no.
For eggs?
Those
Yeah.
dining experiences have gotten so expensive.
Yeah, it's
for
out of control.
Because our oldest is adult price now.
So y'all didn't do the dining plan then, huh?
No.
No,
Okay.
she's too expensive on the dining plan. It's just
Oh, right.
and the dining plan. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. It's really not worth it unless you're going to do character meals every day and you're going to drink at every meal. And now we are going to drink at every meal. I'm not saying, but the character meals thing we're not doing every day. And so unless you're going to do that, you're really not going to get your money's worth.
From the mountaintops.
That's right. There's a reason they're on this podcast.
Yes, especially if you have a child who costs the same as an adult, which we do.
Yeah,
Man, that's rough. That's how you put it. That's nonsense on a napkin.
Yeah.
She will eat as much as an adult. She just can't drink. So,
Well, that's good then. Yeah. Just stick with the soda. Yeah.
and sadly, they won't give us her drink.
They have sometimes, Josh. We've
Have
ordered
they
like
done
a third drink and they've done it as part of her meal.
I was going to say, I remember y'all saying at one point in time they had done that before, but yeah.
It just depends on what cast member you get, I would assume, right?
Whether or not you get a cool one or not.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any dining this morning. We just went to the pool, which is great.
Right. Yeah. This is one of the mornings we woke up and, the Amazon groceries, we had bagels and cream cheese and a bunch of fruit. And Rachel has this little travel blender so we can make our green smoothies every morning.
Green smoothie? What's a green smoothie?
We do like spinach,
Banana, spinach, fruit.
berries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I thought you were going to say it was a Hulk's thing. I didn't know. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's
Man, y'all get all y'all's vitamins and
Get all the
It's how we start our day healthy so that we can then just be awful to
Unhealthy,
ourselves
right.
later.
I was going to say, I would think like right after that, you're like, baby, I'm not leaving. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
It does help along with that.
Oh, man. You got to keep it open.
But the Amazon, just like ordering groceries from Amazon to the hotel is wonderful because then you can do that. If you like to sleep in and you don't want to spend money on crappy eggs or whatever, get some bagels, get some cream cheese, some fresh fruit, and just have something in your room. And then, we had a nice later breakfast and went out to the pool and just enjoyed ourselves.
That's
Nice. I like that.
We rope dropped the barefoot pool bar.
Wait, what is
Rope drop the barefoot pool bar.
We literally waited for them to raise the steel gate and start serving drinks.
Oh,
Were
They
y'all
didn't know
pounding
it was
on it? Like, open up. We're out here and thirsty.
open.
Well, it was like half open, and I walked up, and the guy was like, "We're not open yet." I said, "I know, it's soon though, right?" It was like 5 minutes to go. He's like, "Yeah, it's soon." I was like, "Okay, I'll just be right here."
Looking at you with sad eyes.
Yeah.
Can I
When
get a
is
half
it
a drink?
Open?
Half open, half a
When are
drink.
we going to open?
That's awesome.
Come on.
Yeah,
You can do
did
it. There's a
that.
Wait, do y'all
ticket in
remember
for
the
ya.
first drinks y'all got that day? What was the first drinks when they opened?
Yes, I got the rose gold margarita, which sounds like kind of girly and gross, but it's actually delicious. It's like a guava margarita with like really nice tequila, and I got a tahini rim.
Oh, I love tahini. Yeah, that's good
What?
stuff.
What is that?
Tahini, it's like their Tonys.
Okay.
For anybody in Louisiana that's listening, it's like their Tonys. It's like their
It's kind of like a chili lime salt.
yeah, it's a
almost.
chili lime salt kind of thing, and we got the Cajun Tonys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for those listening on
yeah.
YouTube, they're like, what is that? Boy, I'm learning all kind of stuff today.
So you got that drink. What other drinks you get? What was the
I,
first
got-
I
What you got?
forget. I forget.
No,
what
the poolside iced tea.
Well, but it wasn't called that. They
It's
have a
called the
different
Big
name for
Island.
it at literally every bar, but it's like their pool bar Long Island iced tea.
Oh, Eli. There you go.
The ultimate Long
You got
Island.
the standard, the ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
ultimate
like the
Long
only
Island.
time in my life I ever want a Long Island iced tea is when I'm at a Disney pool, and for some reason they make the best ones there.
Oh,
That's Eli's point. He vouches for that.
So
Absolutely.
Eli, you and me someday we need to get Long Island iced teas at a Disney pool. Then.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a fun day that day, sir.
We will never
We'll
see them
swap it up.
again.
Nah,
I'll be back in the room after the green smoothie.
he knows.
Yeah.
I'm with you. That's a plan.
Yeah. So then the rest of that day we went to Animal Kingdom. So we had that Animal Kingdom ticket. We got there around 1:00. They made us park in like the farthest area, which was hilarious because there was no one there. Like it was not a busy day at Animal. But they just like methodically park that whole year. And so it just like it was the end of their methodical parking. And so we were at the very furthest.
Right. If you've driven into Animal Kingdom, you kind of take that loop road all the way around. You take a left to go into the parking zone, and then they were parking us in that immediate left parking section.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it was very
I
far.
mean, at least they have a tram, but still, that's freaking far.
Well, they had a tram.
Well,
to
we'll
get
talk
to
about the
park.
tram. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Animal Kingdom, if people are looking for a good week to go, that last week of April, first week of May is really light. We waited really no more than 15 minutes for anything, even during like public hours. Now, we would have waited longer at Hollywood Studios in particular if we didn't have Genie Plus. But for Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, we didn't pay for Genie Plus at all. So it was just really like low crowds comparatively. So we rode Everest with a 15-minute wait. We rode the safari. Josh, it was like maybe 20 minutes of a wait.
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
We walked the little gorilla trail by the safari.
Nice.
And then we were there for the Moonlight Magic event for Animal Kingdom for DVC. And so for anybody that doesn't know, Moonlight Magic is a DVC perk. You have to get into a virtual queue for it online, like ahead of time, and then get tickets. But we did all those hoops and we got the tickets. And so this night we got to stay at Animal Kingdom until 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. And the other benefits that they have besides the later hours just for DVC members, you get 3 free snacks per person. And you get, was it 2?
It was 2 per person. Yep.
2 arcade, not arcade's the wrong word.
Carnival games.
It was carnival games.
Carnival games.
You know, like that.
Yeah, like in
area?
the dinosaur.
Oh.
They have like this. There's like a basketball game and there's whack-a-mole and
Yeah. The little water thing where you.
Yes, the water thing. Yeah.
2 vouchers to play for free.
That's
per
true.
person.
I forget they
So for our
charge for
family.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was nice because we always say no to the kids, but when we had the vouchers, we could say yes and not feel bad about it. So that was nice. We got dumplings and fries, and then the kids really wanted those night blossom drinks from Pandora at Pongu Pongu.
Oh, but
And those are expensive. They're like $8.
It's like a fruity slushy drink with the like boba pearls in it.
Is that what I had before one time when Kirk shot the boba balls?
Oh, that is what it is. Yeah, when that trip, when
Yeah, I don't
Kirk
like
was
that
shooting
drink.
the boba balls
Yeah, I
at
don't
you.
like that drink. Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah,
I don't
Kirk
like
got
that.
that drink and he was sucking up the boba balls and shooting them at Eli while walking through.
Yeah.
But at the same place where the kids got the nightshade drinks or whatever it was called,
Night
they
Blossom.
had the Night Blossom. They had the 2 Pandora beers that they had.
Yeah, we got those.
there. So we were able to get a couple of beers while
Oh,
We had to pay money. You had to pay money for those.
Right, we had to pay for
Sure,
those.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We had dinner at Satuli Canteen. What a great quick service. I love that quick service. It's so good. Have you guys been there?
I've been wanting to try Satuli Canteen.
Oh,
It's
got
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Like fresh, just not your typical theme park food. Our daughter loves those cheeseburger pods, the like bao bun cheeseburger.
Oh, I've never had that. It sounds good though.
Yeah, no, they're really, really good.
They're really, really, they taste like a McDonald's cheeseburger and a bao bun. It's bizarre.
I think I would love that actually.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Think
like a
about it.
half and half kind of thing.
It's that American Asian kind of stuff.
Yeah. But if it's like a quarter pounder burger, that makes me feel safe.
Danny, did you ever try that? The cheeseburger bao, Danny?
No, I have not.
Danny, your voice got lighter.
Yeah, that tequila must have done something to you on this Cinco de Mayo.
It got so much softer.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Every time I turn my back, she takes over.
I knew it.
Oh, Danny! Oh, I thought this was Danny. I'm so sorry.
You asked the guy, like, wow, Danny, your voice changed. It was so
yeah, it's
delicate.
like wow, that
She's
tequila.
just so
got me.
desperate to take my spot.
So kind.
Danny's been fired.
Yeah, you fired Danny.
Good, I'm gonna eat some pizza then. She's got it.
You got
Oh
it.
yeah, it's good.
You got it. Hold it down. You've been enough Disney trips. You know what's
All
going
right,
on.
well, what were you talking about?
Yeah, we did Pandora at night, which we haven't done in years because usually the park closes.
Which is stupid because it's a land that was literally built to be visited at night and you can never see it at night.
I totally agree with you on that one. Yes.
It looks great at night.
Right, like unlike most people, I actually genuinely love the Pandora area. I think it's really great. I think it's amazing, but it's stupid that you can never see it at night.
Well, because they close so early, right? Because they
Yeah.
close at what, 6 o'clock or something? So
Yes,
you-
it was 6 o'clock. Yeah, that night. But we got to stay later because of the DVC event. But it would have been 6 if we were just there for public hours.
So tell me about your event.
Well, the craziest part about the event was that the carnival games were the longest lines for the whole night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
How
They
long are we
still
talking?
have those? I thought they got rid of all of that.
I think
No,
you
they have
probably
them
waited for
in the
15
dino
minutes for that whack-a-mole game. Rich, do you think 15 minutes for that?
15
Yeah,
minutes.
please. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, because
wow. Wow.
I think everybody thought the same thing as we did, which is we never do these because they cost money. And so now we can finally do them. So everybody's in that Dino Land area. It was like every game had a 15-minute wait at least.
Well, they needed to give it the shooting gallery treatment, just make them all free, and then there you
Yeah,
go.
I know.
You'd be popular.
You couldn't get the prizes that you normally would get during the day. Like the prizes during the day are kind of nice. The ones that they were giving out were just like really cheap saber-toothed tigers.
Every game was giving you the same little saber-toothed tiger, and you could either
Right.
get a blue, a green, or a pink. And that was it for them.
And we came home with a blue, a green, and a pink.
Oh, you got the full set. All
We got the full
Yeah,
set.
I may have kicked some 5-year-old ass at whack-a-mole.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes if you have to do it.
But our kids waited in line and we got up to play and Heidi was ready to go. And Sam looks at me and he's like, Daddy, can you play for me? I was like, I'll help you, buddy. But he's like, no, I'm too nervous. Will you play for me?
Oh, jeez.
And so to me, it was like game on.
Yeah. What are you going to do? When
I got to win this kid a saber-tooth tiger.
You got to win him a
Yeah,
tiger.
but I mean, tell you wanted to complete the set, so there's like no doubt you had to win.
But that was an extra push. I like that story.
I like it. I dig it.
So we had a great time. There was also unlimited ice cream bars at this thing. The drinks weren't included at this one, but the ice cream bars were, and the popcorn. No, the popcorn wasn't included either. That cost a snack ticket. It was just the ice
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was weird, but unlimited ice cream again. So we had those. And then we drove back to the resort. But what was funny was that we get to the exit of the park at like 9:30 or so. And I say to the security guard, I'm like, hey, where's the line for the tram? Because we parked on the moon.
Oh, no.
He like laughed. He laughed
literally
at
laughed.
me. He was like, there's no tram tonight.
What?
Oh,
And
I
y'all
said that a completely
parked in
different
bum
kind.
And
We were as far away as you. And so, normally
So we
you
just
have
had to
follow
hook
the
it.
walking paths or whatever. I was like, you know what? Screw this. We are just walking between every damn car that's been out.
We just walked straight through.
Exactly. Shortest distance through points is a straight line.
You look out and there's this one little car way off in the distance all by itself. And that was us.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a very long walk back to the car.
Oh,
And the
my gosh.
kids were like, what? There's no tram? We're like, sorry, guys.
Last
Here we
night you
go.
took away my monorail. Tonight you're taking away my parking tram. What is next?
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh,
So we
my
just
gosh.
walked it out to the car. It was all good. And we drove back to Polynesia and went to bed.
So when's
Nice.
your next trip?
We have 2 more days to report.
Oh,
But anytime we're ready to go, let us know.
you coming with us?
Don't I always? If I go by myself, I'll never come back. That's
Oh, no.
No, I was asking Rachel actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
wait, what?
My
I'll
bad.
come with you? Yeah, we can come with you sometime.
Go ahead, bro. I'm out of a job too.
There you go. Yeah, you're done.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we'll pop into day 3.
Day 3 was a weird day.
Yeah, day 3 was a weird day. So day 3, we woke up at 6:45 because we were planning on buying the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane and getting the virtual queue for Guardians. We're going to Epcot that day, doing all those things at 7:00. Because we needed to get 3 things. We needed the Lightning Lane for Guardians and the virtual queue for Guardians. And then we needed to make our first Genie Plus reservation. Josh did one of those 3 and I did the other 2.
It's usually the woman. Yeah.
That one was more than I could handle. So
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we got all that jazz. We got it all set up and we're like ready for the day. And we start to like wake the kids up. They got to bed kind of late, but not crazy. Like we got back to the room at 10. So, we're starting to wake them up around, 7:30, 8 o'clock to start going to Epcot. And our son is really sick.
Oh, no.
He's like, my stomach hurts. I'm not right. And then he ends up starting to throw up.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, it was not great. So I stayed with him in the room and Josh took Heidi to Epcot because we had some friends. It was our school break. So there were some friends there that we wanted to meet for Guardians. We had booked Lightning Lanes together. And so Josh went to go meet them with Heidi because it was her friend from school. So I'm going to let Josh kind of just talk a little bit about the highlights of this day. Sam and I really spent the entire day in the room because Sam was
Oh,
puking.
poor kid.
Oh man.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no good. It was no good. Anyway, the room was nice. It was like, at least we were in a nice room and
You at the Polynesian?
we were at the Polynesian. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he spent the day sick. So we just stayed in the
Oh,
room.
I'm so sorry.
I hate to hear that.
That's, poor buddy.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's nice to know is that the cast members, they refunded our Genie Plus because we didn't use it. So they refunded that for all 4 of us. Josh and Heidi never ended up using Genie Plus either. And they refunded the 2 Lightning Lanes for me and Sam because we never rode it. So that was really nice. We just told them what happened. But they make you buy it so dang early. Your kid's not even awake yet. It's like, well, I bought it before I knew he was puking.
Sure.
Like, no,
Yeah, you
he
just don't
wasn't
know.
awake.
No, you're absolutely right. I remember one time Danny and I went and we were trying to get on. What was that? It was some ride we were trying to get on, and he got up at like the crack of dawn to get
Rise of
Rise of
Resistance.
Rise of Resistance.
Yes.
And then I got sick, and he ended up going and he had to go take the ride without me.
Oh, that was the first time that's the first time it happened, yo. When he stood in the whole sea of humanity.
He did.
That's right.
And then he got sick afterwards.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
But he got to go on the ride first, so.
All for the show.
For the show he did. I remember that. He took pictures of nothing but a sea of heads.
Nice.
Yeah. So Josh, you went to Flower and Garden. I was just thinking you might take a couple minutes to talk about some of the like food highlights.
Yeah. So Heidi, our daughter, and I, we took the monorail to Epcot. It was great. Our first stop was guest services to get some of the lightning lanes. That one for Rachel and Sam, because we were hoping that this would just be like a quick passing thing for Sam and they would join us later. And so we didn't get everything canceled yet. So we took care of that. And then by then it was time to meet up with our friends, some friends from home. Heidi has a friend from school and her family was there. And so we met up with them to ride Guardians, which is easily the best ride at Disney.
Yeah.
End of discussion. I'm still waiting to get to ride with September, but we got one way or another, which was okay. It was fine.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that ride is always excellent. And with the lightning lane, it's quick. You know, I think it was probably 10, 15 minutes for us from when we scanned in to when we got on the ride. Love it. It's a blast. It's like, how can we take Space Mountain and make it actually great? And they did. So that's awesome. We got out of that and we were kind of like, well, what do we want to do? Because it was weird because we were expecting to be there with the family. So it's a little hard to find your vibe, but we were hungry. So we went and walked around some of the food booths. I'm trying to remember exactly what we had.
Yeah, just
Actually,
some of the highlights.
Well, but before we did the food booths, actually, we just kind of walked around that like newer area. I guess it was Future World. I don't know what it's called.
World Celebration.
World something. Yeah. Celebration.
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah, we walked through the new merchandise store there, which is like Mouse Gear, but different.
Nice.
And then we walked over, not quite to the Moana area, but close to that, and just happened upon this really cool like aerial dance performance.
Yeah,
Or a bunch of it was just this area that was decorated with all kinds of greenery and flowers, and there was some music playing, and there was this group of maybe 4 or 5 dancers that were, I think it's what's it called, Rachel? A lyra, I think, that big hoop that it's just this gigantic metal hoop, and they do all kinds of acrobatics and dances that involve this hoop. And I'm doing a terrible job describing it, but it was just a really cool, like, happened to run into this performance. And I think, Rachel, is that something that's there all the time, or was that specific to Flower and Garden? I don't know.
No, I think it's like all the time now. Yeah, it's new.
But it kind of, gave me the similar vibe of like, Hollywood Studios always has all of that streetmosphere stuff that you just kind of stumble upon. And this was something similar where we were just walking through. We're like, what do we do? Oh, there's this really cool artistic dance performance. Let's stop for a few minutes and watch that. And check that out. Anyway, we did walk through the Moana Journey of Water, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was way too crowded. I think for anyone who's not 5 years old, it's a one and done.
That's what
That was your first time, right? You said?
That was my first time. Yeah,
That was your first time. Yeah.
You walk through, you see the little fountains that do different things when you run your hand under it, and you get a little bit wet, and then you walk through more and read some signs, and then there's the big reveal of the Te-Fiti that you can see from the monorail anyway, so you've already seen it.
Right.
But it's worth walking through once, and if you have young kids, then you'll want to go through it again because they'll love it. But so we did that, and then we were hungry. Flower and Garden, so we decided it was time to get something to eat. I asked Heidi, what do you want? And anytime you ask this kid what she wants to eat, her answer is sushi. I was like, well, okay.
Oh, wow.
We're not getting sushi, but we can go to Japan and we can get your annual favorite frushi from the Flower and Garden Festival.
Frushi.
That is so advanced.
Loves frushi, which is it's basically a maki roll. It's made in a I think it's a strawberry flavored soy paper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then they do a coconut rice, and then they put in mango and strawberries. And then they roll it up just like a traditional maki roll, and they serve it with strawberry syrup and whipped cream on the side. And so,
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that sounds great.
so we got that for her. I didn't have any because she probably would have chewed my fingers off if I tried to take one. I got their ramen cup, which I was really excited about. It's a cold ramen, which sounds weird, but I thought, it'll be kind of like a soba noodle salad.
Right. Okay.
It'll be really refreshing and good. I tried it. We did the whole, like, it's in I don't know if you guys remember the mixed salad shakers from McDonald's.
Yes.
It's in like that kind of container. And so you're supposed to shake the whole thing up and it flavors everything. It was awful.
Oh.
And I was
okay.
so sad. It was I couldn't even place the flavor. It wasn't a soy flavor. It wasn't a ponzu flavor. I couldn't even place what it was. It was just odd. And so it fell short. The noodles were fine. The vegetables were kind of weak that were in there. There was like seemed almost like iceberg lettuce. And some shredded carrots and a little bit of cabbage.
Oh my gosh.
So I was really excited about that, and I was really sad that it wasn't good. So I would not recommend that to anybody.
Good to know. All right.
You know, if you love, like, I love ramen. It's one of my favorite things to eat. And so I was really.
So what else did you eat while you were in Epcot?
Well, so we also got there was a bao bun at the
Oh,
Japan.
I love a bao bun.
We got the Japan pavilion had three different snacks you could get there. It was the frushi, the ramen, and then the bao bun. And it was I think it was kind of like just a traditional like pork bao bun. It was really soft. It was really well made, really flavorful. And the bao bun ended up being one of my favorite things of the day that we tried.
Okay.
That sounds
I do
good.
love was it like a pork belly, you think?
I don't think it seemed more like either a shredded or a minced
Oh, okay.
Looking it up.
inside. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look it up. But
pretty sure
it was
teriyaki
really flavorful and really well made. The bun itself was really soft and just a great.
Oh, you know what, John?
What's up?
My app is telling me that it is a steam bun filled with vegetables and plant-based soy meat.
Well, then there you
so
go.
it's vegetarian.
And so it was so good that I thought it was actual meat.
Oh,
Now I can't eat it because I ain't bought all that faux meat stuff.
Fully admitting that I often really enjoy like soy-based or plant-based meat substitutes. So maybe that's why to me it was excellent, but I loved it. I thought it was as good as any other bao or any other, like dim sum appetizers I've had at any Asian restaurants around here.
I love it. Yeah. I love this
So
thing.
definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So we ate there. Then we kind of meandered our way over to Mexico. We took like a wicked, silly roundabout way through World Showcase because we were just kind of like, I don't know, we're wandering. What do we want? So we checked out a bunch of the different booths. Nothing really spoke to us. We went over to Mexico and decided we were going to ride the Three Caballeros because why not? It's
Sure.
fun. We love
Good
that
stuff.
ride.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to the Mexico food booth.
Choice.
And we got, I should have pulled up the menus beforehand. There was
Got that pork thing that's in a cup, right?
yeah, it's like a Mexican pork dish, but it's served in a little tortilla cup with black beans and there's like a little cabbage
Sope
slaw.
de Chilorio. I don't know how to say that. Chilorio. It was the guajillo pepper-based pork on a fried corn shell with black beans, shredded cabbage, crema mexicana, queso fresco, and chives.
Yeah. That. So we had that and it was excellent. Would highly recommend that. Really flavorful. A little bit of heat, but not too much. Our daughter enjoyed it and she does not like spicy food. I enjoyed it and I do really like spicy food. So it was kind of happy medium for both of us. There was another booth nearby Mexico where we were able to get I think it was a teriyaki smoked rib, like a pork rib, which I thought there's no way this is going to be good. They're mass produced. It's at a big food festival. It was easily one of the best ribs I've ever had.
Really?
I mean, you barely had to try to get this thing off the bone. It just fell right off.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was smoky. It was flavorful. It was super tender.
Ooh wee!
I think it might have been her favorite dish that we tried. So
And all we got is pepperoni pizza
I was gonna say it's
here.
about to be my favorite. Now I'm not even there.
Look, there's nothing wrong with a good pepperoni pizza.
Except when it's not that.
No, I'm all for a rib any day.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
ribs
I
are
know.
great.
Oh my god! You said falling off the bone. My ears
That's
perked up.
perfect. I love it.
Yeah, no, she was like, we need to get the rib. I really want to try this rib. I was like, Heidi, that's going to be terrible.
What country was that?
It wasn't a country. It was because for Flower and Garden, they have a bunch of just different.
Oh, right.
This is one standalone booths. Yeah.
So it was near the Mexico, kind of by that path from Mexico to the Odyssey Pavilion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There was a food booth right there.
Okay.
And that's where they had the rib. I think we got something else there too, but now I can't remember. And I was just looking through to see if I had pictures of anything, and I can't remember.
Good to know.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
so then we were kind of like, okay, we've had some food. We were going to leave. And so I texted Rachel like, hey, we're leaving. And she's like, well, Sam says he's starting to feel a little better. Why don't you guys stay a little while? Maybe we'll meet you. You still have the virtual queue for Guardians.
Boarding groups.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
For Guardians. Why don't you go ride Guardians of the Galaxy again? and whatever. So we're like, oh, okay, cool. We'll do, it was I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but for us, anytime there's like one last time or one more of this, it always goes south. Something goes wrong. And so we're like, all right, we'll do one more. We'll go on Guardians and then maybe we'll leave. And so we get in. It's fine. We scan in, whatever. We get on the ride. We're going. It's a blast. Conga comes on by Gloria Estefan. And I mean, she and I, we were in the front car. We were just like dancing. We had a groove on. It was a blast. We were living our best lives going through this ride.
He's in the club.
And then there's a lift hill sort of toward the end of the ride. And so your train car slows down going into this lift hill before it goes up and finishes the ride. At the end of the lift hill is that big vortex that you go through or whatever. And so our train stops.
Oh.
But the music keeps playing.
Oh.
And so we're like, okay, this is weird. And we're just sitting there. It's like, all right, we'll wait it out. And the music
not like you had a choice.
And then the music stops and we're still just sitting there. And then you get pick your variation of the announcement. Your journey has experienced a delay. You will begin moving momentarily or whatever. And it's like 5 minutes. And then they start the announcements of, please don't stand up. Please don't get out of your car. And it's like, bro, I'm literally locked into this thing. I can't move if I wanted to, but fine. And then the lights come on.
You out of space.
Look, the size of those pipes and the tubes on that track is incredible.
Okay.
They are easily it was pretty cool. Actually, I'm kind of a geek, and I know Kevin, you're a geek.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to see that.
So just being able to see that track system with the lights on. I mean, it's a pretty standard roller coaster track, but just the sheer size of the supports and the track beams and everything kind of blew my mind. And so we sit there for a while. Lights go off, lights go back on. Finally, they're like, hey, good news. Your journey will begin immediately. And we're like, okay. And so we start going up the lift hill. No audio. Silent.
Oh, wow.
Completely silent. We get to the top of the lift hill and the cars, normally they rotate and swivel and pivot. Nothing. We're just straight forward going through this ride in complete silence. It was the most bizarre experience I've ever had. And what was interesting to me, because this is counterintuitive to me, is the rotations of the train cars actually make the ride itself less intense.
I can see that. Yeah.
Whereas I thought it would make it more intense, but just like that vortex, for example, when you're going through, you're spiraling down and there's like a globe or an orb in the middle. Normally your car kind of rotates with the vortex, but this is you're just spinning and the wind is just blasting right in your face. And it was silent, really bizarre. Would not recommend riding that under anything but ideal circumstances.
Right.
Okay.
That sounds like their emergency exit protocol. Like, nothing extra, just go.
Yeah, and I know Space Mountain has a similar thing, right? If something goes wrong, the train cars all lock at certain points along the track, and then they just move them along and get them out, and that's what it is. And like when we got off, they gave us a return anytime pass, and it was all
cool.
good. And Heidi and I were just kind of trying to live our best lives, being super sassy and sarcastic about the whole thing. But
yeah, though, still.
But it's also probably one of those like experiences that everyone wants to have. It's like, I want to be on that when it breaks down. And so we got to do that. It was kind of cool.
I wasn't awesome. Like, why? I was like, why did it break? What did y'all, the cast would be like, all right, I'm sorry. Check this box. Dude jumped off the ride. Check this box.
You're waiting for an interesting story.
I do.
Yeah.
But it is cool to know what it looked like with all those lights off because it seems very immense because you can't see anything.
Yeah, it does.
But don't you remember we were on Ratatouille and it broke down and we were like halfway upside down on Ratatouille and it was just kind of like, bonjour. Bonjour. We will be coming back to you at some point. And we were like halfway like laying down on our backs and it just kept saying
and the big screen was paused and he kept saying it. That's why we yelled at the kid with the backpack. That's why I was like, who did what?
Backpack.
And then
I remember that story now.
Yes.
That's
what I'm saying.
It's a true story because I'm telling it. So
like me telling the story is not true. I'm kind of offended.
You can exaggerate sometimes.
Nah, come on. Not on that. You were there. Okay, fine. Did I yell at the kid or not?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. All right. There you go. True.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, Sam and I did make it over for a little bit.
Okay.
Y'all did make it over?
Yes, we did. We went over for a little bit. We met Josh and Heidi, and we had a few things to eat at Flower and Garden, not much. We had a couple things at the Honey Bistro, which I would definitely recommend. It was the cauliflower dish and the chicken and waffles. And then Josh and I split the best beer ever.
Yeah.
It was-
Okay.
Yeah. It tasted like gummy bears, which doesn't sound like a great sell.
No.
But it was it was really good. So this was the Sweetwater Brewing Company that's out of Atlanta, Georgia. It was half a gummy fruit punch IPA. And it was just
Half
really
a
good.
gummy.
Half a
Well,
gummy.
like, was it a good gummy or a bad gummy? Like
A
just
regular gummy.
Good for me.
It was not a
Good for
CBD
you.
gummy.
It was not a CBD gummy. All right.
It was a jelly gummy.
Regular gummy.
Okay.
It was, I mean, I thought this was going to be terrible. I thought there's no way this could be good, but it's also too strange to not try.
Fair.
I took one sip and I was like, this is what I want to drink all summer long. It was
so good.
It was
Oh, damn.
hoppy, but it was slightly fruity. It was light. It was refreshing. It was cold, but it tasted like a beer. It was everything that I would want in a
It was really
light,
good.
kind of fruity summer drinking beer.
One more time. What's the name of this drink?
Yeah, it is the Sweetwater Brewing Company half a gummy fruit punch IPA.
That's what they call it.
That's the whole name?
Half a gummy
That's the
fruit
whole
punch
name.
IPA.
They could come up with something like gummy beer or something. Just
No, it's only half a
Gummy
gummy.
beers.
half a gummy beer. Gummy beer and a half? That's a long sentence for a beer. Like,
It is a long sentence.
let's say the beer is out in the store and you walk around like, I need the gummy with the IPA. Like,
Half a gummy.
yeah, it's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
And
It was long, but it was good.
after
Okay.
that, you and Heidi had the shrimp tempura, and you had the
Yeah, it was
beer
fine.
flight from the Odyssey.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
And then
That
we
was
went
kind of it.
back to Mexico because you and the kids rode the Three Caballeros, and
Oh, yeah.
like once in a lifetime experience. There was a shorter line for La Cava del Tequila than there was for the Three Caballeros ride. So
True.
I was able to get in and order 2 margaritas from La Cava del Tequila in less time than it took Rachel and the 2 kids to get on and ride the Three
Oh, wow,
Caballeros.
no way.
Wow.
So I'm waiting at the exit for them with 2 margaritas in my hand,
I
and it's
have
like,
to
where the
say,
hell
What
are
a
they?
guy.
Then this man is a keeper right here.
What a guy.
Keeper.
What a guy.
I was gonna say Rachel worked out really good on that. She's like, yeah, I'm done with the ride, and I got some drink. There you
And I got a
go.
margarita.
That's right.
Yeah, it was good.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Both parts.
And then we left Epcot kind of early because our little guy was sick and he was
Oh, my.
he still wasn't quite right. So
Oh,
we went back, but we got the kids settled in the room, and then Josh and I went to the Tambu Lounge at the Polynesian. And I will never go to Ohana again, ladies and gentlemen, because here's what I learned
Girl, same.
at the Tambu Lounge. You can get the peel and eat shrimp, the chicken wings, the dumplings, the noodles, and the dessert from Ohana, all at the Tambu Lounge. We got a back scratcher cocktail that we shared, the noodles, the chicken wings, and the dumplings for less money than it would have cost one adult at Ohana.
Are you so? Wow. I think
that
you
is
told
so
us this.
genius.
That is awesome.
yeah.
Yes,
And
we
it
had-
fed the 2 of
we had
us,
enough-
and we had a huge plate that we brought back for our daughter.
Oh, my
wow.
God. That is
Three people.
brilliant.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Very nice. Pro tip.
I like the Tambu
Don't
Lounge,
waste
too.
your time with Ohana because they just try to rush you out of there and it's way too expensive. Go to the Tambu Lounge, enjoy yourself, and get the same food.
Oh, I love that.
That's a great
Yeah.
tip.
I
It was
totally
really good. Yeah, the only thing you couldn't get was the chicken and the beef.
Right, like the skewered meats.
The
Right,
skewer.
right. That's
But
okay.
you
I
couldn't
guess
even get the shrimp.
That's your goal for
Oh,
Ohana.
so y'all
then-
went for dinner or like lunch?
It was after we got back from Epcot, so it was like
Oh, so it was late.
it was like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Late
Okay.
night
Yeah.
snacks, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't eat big at Epcot. We kind of just had small snacks all day. And with Sam being sick, we really didn't eat a dinner. So when we got back to the room, Sam was feeling really, really good. And so we just let Heidi and Sam stay in the room. We went to the Tambu Lounge. He didn't want anything to eat, so we brought back some food for her. But yeah, so for $60 though, we fed 3 people
Oh, that's
from the
And we
Tambu
had
Lounge.
that's
Cocktail.
really incredible.
And,
That's genius.
and a cocktail, yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah, because for $60, that's the cost of one meal at Ohana anyway.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Genius.
But like the plates of I was just looking through my pictures, and the food that we ordered, it was just a gigantic bowl of noodles.
Oh, wow.
There may have been 24 dumplings and at least 12.5 wings.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love the
big
wings.
On them wings. We on those wings.
Eli and I.
We on those wings. We know that.
I got wings in the house. I better go
That's
get
brilliant.
You get the wings. I'm all about those wings. And we had a good lapu on back scratch.
You get, any of those drinks.
Anytime, too. Anytime.
This is
Morning,
true, yeah.
noon, and night. You can do that.
All right, so we got one more day. We had our last day. So if you're counting at home, we had that 3-day ticket where we could do Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. So we have Hollywood Studios left. We woke up at 6:45 again.
Consistent.
That's what I recommend. Yeah, I recommend people get up at 6:45 and buy their Genie Plus.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Bought Genie Plus. It wasn't bad. It was like maybe 20, like in the low 20s per person, which was not it was nice that Genie Plus was pretty cheap that day, like comparatively to what it can be. Sometimes it can be up to $39. So it was like half of that. And then I got the lightning lane for Slinky Dog right away, right at 7.
Well, that's your tip.
That's good.
A tough one. That's a tough one to get. So we got Slinky Dog first. We didn't get Rise the Resistance because I thought we might go to early entry and do Rise the Resistance during early entry, but we didn't end up really doing that. We kind of just hung around the room instead.
Did y'all get to ride it at all?
We did. Yeah, I'll get there. But yeah, we kind of like took our time in the morning. Our son was feeling better, but he still wasn't like 100%. So we weren't like rushing him out of the room. We're just kind of taking our time. So we got to Hollywood Studios right around like 8:30, 8:45. And we went to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That was the first thing. We kind of made today, this Hollywood Studios day, about our son because he didn't get to do anything in Epcot. And so this was his day.
Oh,
So
nice. Nice.
He wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, we kind of let him call the shots for what we were doing and when we were doing it.
Oh, nice.
Just make him feel a little bit better about missing the day before.
Give him a magical day, if you will.
Yeah. So we went right to Mickey and Minnie's, walk on. We didn't use the lightning or anything. We just, it was just a walk on first thing in the morning. So it's a good time to do that. And it's right there at the park entrance. I think people just like skip over it and go to other stuff. And so it was easy to get on. Rode that, which is always fun. What a great ride. I love that ride. It's a really good addition to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my
Excellent
favorite.
attraction, yeah.
Great addition.
Really good. And so then we went to Millennium Falcon, and that was also a walk on.
Huh.
Yeah, no problem. That was easy to get onto. So we went to Millennium Falcon. That was a walk on. Hondo Anaka was working, which is exciting because usually it's not.
Right.
That was a good day when Hondo was working.
Yep.
That's funny.
The kids were the gunners, which was fun for them. I don't know that they'd ever been gunners before. Josh and I were the engineers.
Usually when they ride their pilots, so this was different.
I thought you were going to say he was the pilot since it was...
No,
okay.
not this time. We had 2 guys in front of us that were pilots, and they were actually pretty good. They did a nice job.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
As long as they weren't giants and blocked the screen.
They
No,
probably,
they did not. They did not.
they could probably see who was ahead of him, like, right?
Yeah.
Every time, and I've been on that ride a lot, and I've been on that ride with people who took it very seriously. You always get 2 coaxium things.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Always get 2, never more.
Man.
Yeah, I've gotten more.
We got to
Gross.
write to them and say, hey, y'all need to really up this challenge then.
No, I'm with you because that was what I was led to believe when you first started out is that it depended on your
Performance
skills. Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't get points. You don't, nothing like that.
Yeah, so it's like, what's the point of even trying?
All right.
When I went on my Star Cruiser vacation, and so I was with a group of my friends, and we all took that ride very seriously, and we were trying, like actually trying our absolute best on that thing, and we still got 2 coaxium.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
yeah, it's like we didn't crash, we didn't run into anything, so I challenge anyone to get more than 2.
Is there like maybe like a hidden thing like Buzz Lightyear where you hit a certain
I don't
target
know.
and you get
I
extra
haven't figured it
points?
out yet.
Dang.
Anyway, I digress.
No.
We went to Toy Story Mania, did that. That was not a long wait either. This was all just like walk-on stuff. We didn't use lightning lanes or anything in the morning. And then we did Woody's Lunchbox. We got the kids' breakfast tachos, which came with like 2 oranges and the tots. And And then we got a lunchbox tart, and that was delicious. Just like a nice little breakfast snack. Those tachos are really good.
Woody's lunchbox is it's just like a really good quick service stop.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm curious now because of the tachos.
I've heard positive
It's
things.
snacks. I don't know that it's good for like, I need a meal, I'm going to go to Woody's lunchbox, but like, hey, we're a little bit hungry, we want to get a snack, what can we get? It's a really good stop for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
While we were there, we were kind of talking about the rest of the day. I had a reservation for Sci-Fi Dine-In for lunch, and I was talking to the kids about what they wanted to do, if they wanted to do that. And both the kids really, really wanted to do Woody's Roundup barbecue. And I thought like, oh man, there's no way we're going to be able to get that same day. I logged in. I could get anything I wanted. I could get Ohana. I could get Chef Mickey's.
Whoa.
Anything.
Wow.
Everything was available.
Okay.
So I got Roundup Rodeo Barbecue for 5 o'clock. It was like a normal dinner time.
Nice.
Yeah, just grabbed it on the app. So I guess that's a tip. Like, same day. If you're not able to get something, like check same day. They might just have it. I think they must
stuff,
release stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Pro tips.
So we got barbecue, no problem, for later in the day. We rode Slinky Dog. We rode Alien Swirling Saucers. Oddly enough, Alien Swirling Saucers, we used a lightning lane because the wait was 50 minutes. 50.
What? For that?
I have no idea why it was so long. I thought we could walk in. I was like, oh, this will be fun. Let's do that. I look at the wait time. It's like, no
50
way.
50 minutes.
I was going to say, was they serving food on the sauces?
No.
Alien swirling sauces.
I don't know what was up with that. But
Were
anyway.
they real aliens?
Yeah. The aliens showed up to we home. Oh,
No,
man.
alien.
Damn.
After that, we walked over to Baseline Tap House, which is my favorite place to grab like a snack and a beer.
Perfect.
So we got the charcuterie plate and the pretzel and a couple of beers. The kids got the hibiscus sodas, and those were great.
Good
We had a
Yeah,
great-
Baseline Tap House was a really great addition to Hollywood
Yes.
Studios.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. No.
I don't go to that park without making a stop there, at least for a beer, usually for a beer and a snack.
Was it worth the writer's stop, though?
I never had the love affair with the writer's stop. to
Really?
be honest. Yeah. I think we really started going to the parks kind of toward the end of its life. And so,
Yeah.
That's yeah. Okay.
I had the carrot cake cookie once and I was like, this is good. But so I never had that love connection there. I do. If they ever get rid of Baseline Tap House, I will feel the way that I know something.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah.
love Baseline, as you can tell. But yeah, writer's stop was like, do we really have to lose that? Can we just move it somewhere
Can we have
else?
both?
Yeah. Why can't we have two good things? Why
After
is
you
it
drink,
always
you
one?
want some good coffee, some pastries, a little
Well,
book.
speaking of a Danny's good thing, our kids were insistent we had to go watch Muppets.
There you
Yay!
go.
That's because
There
you
you go.
raised them right.
Cool.
Yeah, they were very excited about Muppets. So we went over, we watched Muppets. They loved it. And then we went back to Millennium Falcon and we used our lightning lane this time. And the kids were the pilots this time.
Hey.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Good for them.
And we still got 2 coaxium.
Still got two coaxium.
You get coaxium. You get coaxium.
All
Yeah.
the kids.
Paracoaxium.
All the
And that's it.
coaxiums.
Then we decided we wanted to go try to do Rise the Resistance. This is like the middle of the day at this point. It's like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And so the posted wait time is 60 minutes. And so we're like, all right, if we're going to wait 60 minutes for the ride, which we're just going to say okay, we didn't pay for it. So we have to wait. We're going to go get beers and snacks and eat them in the line. So Josh went to go back to Baseline Tap House and get a couple of beers.
Nice.
I went across the way. There's like a quick service window, snack window near Muppets that has like frozen Cokes and stuff. The kids got frozen Fantas and we got these savory churros. They were,
Savory churros.
I've heard of that.
yeah, it was like regular churros.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to find the whole list of ingredients. I took a picture because it was
Yeah, I
so
was
weird.
just looking for
I've
it,
never
too.
had a savory churro ever.
Neither had we until that moment.
Yeah, they're called the Bouncin' Mini Churros. It's savory churros topped with Coca-Cola and bourbon candied bacon, sriracha aioli, and scallions.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing stuffed in the churro. It's
No.
It's a churro with savory toppings.
toppings. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. But no cinnamon. Okay. I gotcha.
Oh, no, it still had the cinnamon sugar on
Oh,
the
it
churro.
did. So it was just
Yeah.
a regular churro, but they just put this different stuff on it.
Yeah, I thought it was super weird. I would never eat it again. Josh, what'd you think?
I loved everything about it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
I would have eaten the whole thing myself. I would eat it again any day.
No, yeah. So mixed reviews, but we brought those and the beers and the frozen Fantas to the line. It was posted 60 minutes. It took us about 30 minutes to get to Ray.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was it.
It was not bad.
And so, like, by the time we're getting close to Ray, I'm like starting to chug that beer.
Moving faster than you thought. Yeah. You can't bring that on a ride, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm hyperspace in this one.
I was really glad we didn't spend the money on the lightning lane.
Yeah.
That's true. You want to
Well, and kind of part of the backstory too on why we didn't spend the lightning lane is when we were in Disneyland a few years ago, we tried to bring our youngest Sam on the ride. And he completely melted down as we were walking in because he didn't want to get pewed. He didn't want the stormtroopers to pew him.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's literally like tears streaming down his face. And so we didn't spend the money on it. We were there and we're like, hey, Sam, it's all fake. It's all pretend. Would you try it?
And he's older.
You can see him mustering up the courage because he's a little earlier or a little older, I mean. And so he does.
Nice.
So we get in the line and he gets off. Kylo Ren was not working, by the way. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, go figure.
You got B-Ren.
Yeah, we got Hondo, but we didn't get Kylo. But he gets off and he's like, that was the best ride ever.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was good.
But that was why we didn't pay for the lightning lane because we didn't want to spend the money only for him to not be willing to go on it again.
So wait, when he was on it the first time, he was on the ride when he freaked out, or
No.
He was. We were walking through the queue to get on it.
Okay.
And so
we only made it
Rachel
to
took
Ray
him
the first
out,
time.
and I rode it with our daughter.
Okay, when you said the stormtroopers cued him, I thought you meant like once you were captured.
No,
That
we had told
No,
him
pew,
what
like
happened.
PEW.
Sandy. He
Pew,
would
pew, pew,
You want to get people
Gotcha.
by him. Yeah.
And so we had told him about the ride, and so he didn't want to get shot by the stormtrooper, so he
Gotcha.
lost it as we were walking.
Oh,
through
poor
the queue.
guy.
That's an intimidating sight, though. I mean,
There's a lot of them when you open
up.
that. Yeah. It's like, geez.
But he built up the courage this time and loved it.
Good.
Go ahead,
That's
man.
nice.
Go ahead, little man.
Before this, actually, I kind of forgot. We met the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And that was a little weird, actually. So he has like these times that he comes out to meet everybody, but then it's not a regular line to meet him. You have to like, it felt like America's Next Top Model. You have to like smize at him and with your eyes,
Smize.
and then he'll come over and talk to you if he thinks that you're interesting. So this whole crowd of people just like gather around him, and then you have to like hope that he chooses you out of the crowd to come talk to.
Oh.
Did he have a single rose and you presented?
This is like ridiculous. Yeah. My daughter, like, we wanted to get a picture of the kids with him. And so my kids were like, I don't know, they're like kind of fidgety, not really paying attention. And I was like, guys, you have to engage with him or he's not going to pick you. You know?
Win his favor. Show him a frog.
Oh, they're like, oh, man, come on now.
It was too much.
That's too
So
much.
That's funny.
Yeah, we just fought the stormtrooper.
eventually, my son had like a Millennium Falcon t-shirt on. And so eventually he came over and asked my son about the Millennium Falcon. But good God, I mean, we stood there for a while, like trying to get this man's helmet attention.
The Mandalorian.
It is a really cool like character. I mean,
It is
it's
cool.
just right. It's strange the way that they do it. You know, you don't get in line to meet him.
Just
You
make a
all
line.
come out and
Oh, man. That's
but it is cool, and Grogu is animated, and he makes little noises, and like Mando will talk to Grogu and make him react to it. Like you can see the control panel on his belt, and you can see him manipulating it. But it's a really fun. Oh, you didn't notice that? Yeah,
No.
he had a little. It looked like
I was too busy smizing. I was trying to get this man's
She was-
attention.
The smolder.
She was like, instead of this
Give
is
me
the
the
way, she was
smolder.
like, look over this way, right here.
You could see him put his hand to the same place on his belt, the same little utility on his belt.
Ooh, I
every
gotta look for that. That's cool.
and
He's
all
right.
of a sudden Grogu would react, and so that wasn't really secret.
I always thought he hit the thing on his belt so his voice would go.
No, I think the helmet has a voice.
Like an amplifier thing.
Yeah, I think it's something, but there's clearly a control on his belt.
Okay.
for Grogu.
Yeah.
you can run into him and just accidentally press his belt. And, see
And
what
then
happens.
Grogu like jumps out the bag like I'm free. Like
But despite that, it's a really well put together character meet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's
It is even if you aren't interacting with him, it is fun to watch.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can
it's
see that.
different.
In the afternoon, we just kind of killed some time. It was weird. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was down, and Toy Story Mania was down, and Slinky Dog was
damn.
down.
Oh, wow.
Kind of crazy.
Damn.
And so we went over to that Lightning McQueen show.
Yeah.
Rock and Roller Coaster is closed, so we went like all the way over there just for Lightning McQueen. We sat down. We had great seats. My son was actually like super into it, getting really pumped. We made it about, what do you think, Josh? Like 2 minutes into
It
the
was
show?
like just, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
Yeah.
Mater
never
things like the untold story of Lightning McQueen that ain't been told yet.
Right.
And this like song about him. And it was pretty much right after that, Rachel.
Yeah, they just, all of a sudden, everything went quiet. It seemed like everything was fine, but it just got quiet. And then the cast members popped out and they were like, show's broke. Bye.
Yeah, they were like, Lightning McQueen just turned on his service engine light.
Oh, gosh.
He turned on his service.
Like, usually when something breaks, they wait a few minutes and try to fix. This was like, no, guys, gone wrong. You're out of here.
Oh man, he got his emergency brake on. He can't go nowhere.
They want to go home.
Oh man,
We're done.
And yeah, they just like totally threw in the towel immediately. They're like, bye, get out.
You don't even get like a lightning lane to another attraction?
Yeah,
Nope.
another pass.
Damn, that's
I
cool.
even was like, oh, if we hang around for like 5 minutes, are you guys going to run the show again? And they were like, probably not.
No.
Dang, man, that's
wow.
The guy was
heartless.
like, no, we got to call someone from like a service technician, and then they've got to get the time to come out here and figure out what's wrong, and then they may have to fix it. This could be a while.
We're like, man, go ask Mater to help out.
They laid
He
that
right
on
there.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, that doesn't sound like Disney. That sounds like you went to Target or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think we have any in the back now.
We out of that.
It was a
Sorry.
weird experience.
That is
Dang.
wild, man. I've never heard of that on that, whatever the hell that is. That
It's service like
little show. The service
Yeah,
show.
it was weird. So then, like, some of those rides that were down came back up. So we went and did our lightning lanes for those. And then we had Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. And this was Josh's first time there. I had been with my son before. It was a very similar experience. So I mean, I've already kind of reviewed it, but I want to hear, Josh, what did you think?
I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I would enjoy it.
Mhm.
It was a good meal. The appetizers were, there was like a watermelon and mint
Salad.
I was lucky to
really
get a
just
bite
watermelon.
because our kids devoured it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then there was was it a cucumber and tomato salad, I
That
think,
sounds awesome.
which was in a light dressing. It was like those little grape tomatoes cut in half with sliced cucumbers and a dressing on it. And that was really nice. There was a really good cornbread. Or no, it wasn't
No.
cornbread. It was biscuits. It was cheddar biscuits. What am I thinking?
Pepper jelly. They're so good.
Yeah, biscuits with the cheddar biscuits with pepper jelly were really
Oh.
good. I wanted to eat like all of them, but I had one because
cheddar biscuits.
You
are
have to
good.
share. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
yeah. And then they brought the massive platter of food. I mean, it was like the family style Disney food. So they bring out the big plates of everything. There was a baked beans. There was a coleslaw that was really good. Mac and cheese, tots, and then for
Tots?
meat, there were tots.
Oh, that's rare.
And then there were
They had a lot of
ribs.
tots in this trip.
There were ribs, there was
Yeah.
brisket, there was chicken, and then
Street
you can
corn.
request salmon. And so we had some salmon.
Yeah.
And then the like street corn. It was like they would cut corn on the cob in half, and it was street corn, and so you got a bunch of those.
Wow.
It was all excellent. It was
Yeah, it was
all
good.
very good. The ribs, probably not quite as good as the ribs I described from Epcot, but they were good. They were a little less fall off the bone, but still completely acceptable. The
Okay.
brisket was super tender.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Brisket.
The chicken was really well cooked. I think it was a little dry, but I know, Rachel, you prefer dry.
Yeah.
The beans were good. The coleslaw was one of my favorite parts of the meal. It was like an oil or vinegar base versus a mayonnaise base. So
Yeah. Okay.
it didn't feel so heavy.
Lighter. Yeah. It sounds lighter.
Yeah. And I mean, the salmon was a barbecue salmon. I love salmon. It's probably one of my favorite fish.
That's good fish. Yeah.
So yeah, it was all really, really good. I was surprised at how good it was. I thought
The
I would.
food was good, but would you go there without the kids? Like if it was just you and me, would you go there?
So I have kind of a weird answer.
Oh.
No, because it's in a Disney park. And I don't want to eat a huge barbecue meal when I'm in a park. I actually would totally accept that barbecue platter at a restaurant. Like if we were going out for dinner and we wanted to go out for barbecue, I actually think I would have been happy with that. It's not quite as good as some of the other places we have around here, but it was good. I don't want to go back because for me, it's not the kind of food that I want to eat when I'm spending the day in an amusement park. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
That day, it happened to be kind of the last thing we were doing before we were making our way out. So it wasn't a problem. But, you know, some people eat there for lunch. I would never eat that meal for lunch.
That's when you take your nap.
Yeah, I'm going to feel awful for the rest of the day. But the food was good. I actually was surprised at how good the food was.
Yeah.
It's just not the type of meal that I want to eat at an amusement park.
Makes sense.
Good to go.
Although the desserts were terrible.
The desserts were bad. Don't go for the dessert.
No desserts.
Yeah,
Go
they're
to
just
Mickey
like,
Bar somewhere else.
yeah, they're just like these little individual, like, I don't even know how would you even describe them, Rachel? They're like little glass, almost shot glass pies or whatever.
Yeah, they
It's like
suck.
they make a pie and put it in a shot glass, kind of. I don't know. It
That's
was weird.
okay. Like
It's
a pie
not good.
shot.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Just in visual, if anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The desserts were not good, but the meal itself, it was very good. Just I wouldn't have gone there if our kids didn't want to because I don't want to eat that food in a theme park.
Right.
Makes sense.
Did it do anything to the tots? Or was it just tots?
They were just tots.
Just tots.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the tots, they were your frozen
They're
tots that you're gonna get at Trader Joe's
They're
or whatever.
good.
Right. Yeah, they're tots.
They were good, but they were just tots.
Okay. I didn't know if they did anything special because it's on that meal, but okay, it was just tots.
No,
It's just
it was
tots.
And there was also mac and cheese, which I didn't really get to try because our kids hoarded the mac and cheese themselves.
Did it have goldfish on top? Did it?
Yeah,
did.
except goldfish
Yeah.
crackers
Oh
on
yeah,
top.
yeah. My kids love that too.
Yeah. So it's good. We left there and we did Toy Story Mania one more time, and then we got out to the car, and I got a call on my phone that was like from Disney as we got into the car, and so I was like, I ought to pick this up, I guess, because Disney doesn't call me very often, and so I pick it up, and they were like, "Did you just see that Roundup Rodeo barbecue?" And I was like, "Yes, I did." He said, "Oh, you left your credit card here."
I was already said those survey takers have gotten serious.
know, but
You lucky
Like a
Disney even
survey.
calls you. They're like, hey, we gonna book this next trip for you.
You like to know your opinion.
Yeah, really. Which was very nice of them to call, and I'm glad they did. But like we did so much walking that day, and I was like, I just got to the car in the parking lot, and now I have to walk all the way back into the park, all the way back to Toy Story Land to get my credit card. Which I did, but it was a lot of walking. So we did that, got my credit card back, then we went back to the Polynesian and, just packed up. We had a really early flight the next morning. Our flight the flight left at 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we had to be at the airport at like 5. And it was weird because we left at 5. So we got to the airport at 5:30, but the security lines we have pre-check was actually really long, which I was surprised at. So I guess like just heads up, I thought 5:30, no one will be there, but it was pretty busy. But we made it on the flight, no problem. And that was all good. But yeah, that was our trip, our April trip.
Early bird gets the lines, apparently, on that.
Yes, the lines indeed. It was annoying too because they kept they would pull people into like this other line space to try to move people along. But if you we had gotten to a part of the line queue where the barriers were hard, and so we couldn't get out anymore and go around. So they were just pulling people from behind us that hadn't waited as long and putting them at the front of a new line.
Oh, damn.
Oh damn.
I was like, man, that sucks.
That's like being at Walmart. That's what they do. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it was a good trip though. Good overall and really no complaints. Disney, we had a great time. I thought they did a great job. There are some things that I think, the parks need to address, like the fireworks crowds were crazy. Mm-hmm. I think that the prices of the character meals have really gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
But other than that, we had a nice time.
Prices of everything have gotten out of hand,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's gotten kind of crazy.
Yes. Mucho.
Yeah, it sounds good. I've learned a lot of things to
Yes.
try for sure.
And not try.
And not try.
Yes, and not try.
So that's very, very helpful. Good tips. The gummy bear beer, I got to tell you, I'm going to give that a shot.
I'm a little curious about
Yes.
It
that.
has me curious.
Oh,
Yeah, I
good.
tried it. It was really good.
They only serve it in the big size too. So,
Oh, even
you're
better.
going to have to get the big one.
You just have to drink it all. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed that episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. And look, if you want to learn more about us, go to magicourway.com. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us or share any thoughts or opinions on anything that Josh and Rachel experienced, You can do so through the following ways. First of all, you can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815
Mo Weekend.
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli, does things with comics. Eli, what's up?
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what's up. When you guys go out there on the internet, you can always find the work I have on ivorycomics.com. That includes books such as Project Geisha, Savages, and The Molly Be Damned. There's also interviews and blogs and a link to the Magic Our Way podcast, so you never miss a beat, you never miss an episode, you never miss how someone got somewhere from where and then what they wrote on and all that good fun stuff. It's fun all around because that's what Walt wants and that's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. So as always, please visit ivorycomics.com. Thank you for the support there. On social media, you can find me on Facebook, Eli Ivory. Love to meet you if you're a real person. If you're a bot, cannot greet you. I want to keep my identity intact, okay? The credit report, y'all dropping it, bots. Y'all killing me as a human being. I don't know. This is how the future went. I'm just not a fan of it. But always, Eli Chavez, where you can find me there. Of course, also on Project Geisha has a fan page, I'm sorry. Yeah, facebook.com/Project Geisha. Also on Instagram, posting up the hearts and the likes and see what you have there. Give you that story, hear that glory. EIV504 is where you find me there. And of course, on X, you can find me at Hancock10166. So yes, if you appreciate the madness, you're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation so you too can go visit Baseline Tap House and get all the goodies, you can do it through Rachel. Rachel, how do they do this?
I would love to book you and your family trip, especially if you would like tips about where to find great beer at Disney World, because I know where all the great beers are. Don't worry. It's my specialty.
She has a list.
I do have a list. I do. We didn't get a Fin du Monde in Epcot this time, but I kind of had wished that we did because they had it on draft.
Oh.
It would have been great. Yeah, it's right in the Canada Pavilion if people want to know. And it's a big beer, like a 9%er.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, proceed with caution, folks, but
could be a show in the future, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Beers around Disney World. But yeah, so I would be honored to help your family book a trip, whether you're looking for beers or you're looking for characters or you're looking for bippity boppity boutique reservations, whatever it is. I know it. I can do it. I would love to help you, and I can help as much or as little as you'd like. It costs nothing extra to book your trip with me. And a little piece of what you spend on your vacation comes back to support this fan community and this podcast. I can help you book Disney destinations, Universal parks and destinations on both coasts, cruise lines, Royal Caribbean, Disney Cruise Line, and then major hotel brands around the world. So please reach out. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at Our Family Magic. That's the letter R and then the words Family Magic all together, one word. Or you can email me. My email is Rachel, RACHEL, at magicourway.com. Or you could call or text me. I have a phone number, and that phone number is 978-432-WISH, WISH. Any of those ways will get you directly to me, and I will be happy and so honored to help your family or your travel party book a trip. So looking forward to hearing from you, and thanks for listening.
And once again, I got to thank Josh. Josh, man, thanks for coming back on, man. It's always glad to chat with you.
Yeah, thanks again, guys. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So if you want to access all the info we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/about us. Also, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/magicourway. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. And any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. Hey, look, if you want to support us but don't really have too much time, the easiest way is to leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. And we want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
And yar. Bye.